The next real important thing that happened to us was the D-Day invasion. So we were assigned to bus tanks when we needed to. The weather was very bad, so we didn't fly on the very first day of D-Day. But a day or two after that, we were called in and we flew over and we shot up about 4 or 5 German tanks that were attacking our troops in the Con area. And we received a real nice accolade from the ground people for helping them out on that show. They were very happy to have us there with them. The next important thing that we did was to fly over to Normandy and land as soon as the British had laid down some of these middle airstrips for us. And that was only several days after the invasion. And we stayed right there with them. And every time they made a move, we supported them all the way up from there to the German border, up to Belgium and Holland. But before the breakout, we were called on many times to support tanks and pushes, and the big breakout that Patton made that time, and they got all the Germans surrounded on this one main road there, and we were called in, and we really ripped those guys up and down. It was really murder. I don't know how many people we must have killed there. We trapped them right on the road, and all these carriers of soldiers. They set up a couple of big tents near the roadside there and put Red Cross signs on them, and I guess they had a lot of medics because that's where they started carrying all of these wounded and soldiers to, and they were putting them in there by the dozens. We could see all this because we were going back and forth at treetop level. You could see back to the whites of their eyes. After this big breakthrough, and the Germans were on the run, we followed the British Second Army all the way up to Antwerp, as I previously mentioned. And we had radio contact with the tanks on the ground. Usually, these major pushes, they'd just have 2 tanks take off, then 2 more, then 2 more, then 2 more, 2 more, and about the 6th tank back, we had radio communication. So when they got bushwhacked, they would call us in, and we'd come down and shoot them up. What normally happened was the Germans would wait until they got in a wooded area, and they would set the first 2 tanks on fire so they could shoot up the rest of them. Well, the minute they shut the 2 tanks on fire and stopped their column, that's where we came in and were directed where to fire in the woods by the guy in the 6th tank back till we, could give them time to clear the burning tanks off the road and get going again. So we did this all the way to Antwerp.